Gopijana Vallabha Girivarasami Gopijana Vallabha Girivaranami Sudanandana Sajajanandana 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 Jamunatira Vanatara Jamunatira Vanatara Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihara Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihara Gopi Janava Girivara Gopi Janava Girivara Yasudanandana Rajajananda Sudanandana Rajajananda Yamunatira Vanatara Yamunatira Vanatara Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda Jai Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jai Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda Gora Jaya Dvaita Jaya Jaya Dvaita Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Prabhupada 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 Srila Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada 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 Srila Prabhupada Jai Jai Gurudev 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 Jai Gurudev Jai Jai Gurudev 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 Jai Gurudev Ita Gora Hari 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 Ita Gora Hari Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Sri Rajagatacharya Astotra Sata Shishimadi Divine Grace Confound Acharya Jagat Guru A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Paribe Jagatacharya Astotra Sata Shishimadi Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai Anant Guri Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Praise God Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Shri Rādhā Kṛṣṇa Gopal Gopina Shyama Radha Kunda Giri Gauravadan Ki Jai Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Mathura Dham Ki Jai Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai Jamuna Mai Ki Jai Ganges Mai Ki Jai Tulasi Devi Ki Jai Bhakti Devi ki jai, Samaveta Bhakti Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande. All glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru, Shri Gauranga. Namam Vishnu Padya Krishna Bhutale Bhutale, Bhute Bhakti Tirtha Shanti Krishna Guru Padashitame, Shri Gaurakarna Switi Vajatiritan. We are reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Lila, chapter 6, the meeting of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Raghunath Das Goswami. We will begin from text 235 to 237. Tathāpi āmāra ājñāya śraddhā haya, āmāra vākye tabe kariha niścaya. Nevertheless, if you want to take instruction from me with faith and love, you may ascertain your duties from the following words. 236. Grāmya-kathā śunibe grāmya-vārtā kahibe bhāla khāibe bhāla paribe. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was requested by Raghunath Das Goswami to instruct him. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I have already given you to Dhira Damodara Goswami. But since you are asking for something special, okay, I will tell you something. So he said, grāmya-kathā śunibe. That is one. Grāmya-vārtā kahibe. Bhāla karibe or bhāla paribe. Do not talk like people in general. Don't waste our time to talk the way normal people talk. What do people talk? People are not in Christian consciousness. Bhakti Dhira is going to speak in text 37. She gave purport in 37. She's going to speak. When business people meet, they would never talk about building construction. They would talk about business. When politicians meet, they will talk about politics. They will never talk about Krishna. Because they don't know anything about Krishna. They don't know anything else. They will talk only about what they know. If lawyers meet, they will talk about law only. Doctors meet, they will talk about medicine. Similarly, when devotees meet, we should not talk anything outside Krishna consciousness. That is when we will know what kind of a devotee are we. So Papa said the foolish person is not known until he speaks. So a person making advancement in Krishna consciousness is known when he speaks. What is he going to speak about? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying here, do not talk like people in general. Shouldn't. Not only that we shouldn't talk like them, we should not hear them. Do not hear what they say. We should not. Our ears and our tongue are meant for Krishna only. That's if you're a devotee. Even if we are preachers, we have to preach to people. We should preach about what we stand for. What we stand for is Krishna. And the devotee should only hear about Krishna. Anything which is not about Krishna should give pain to a devotee, if we are devotee. Brahmacharis told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asking him to speak. What is the most painful thing in this world that one should not tolerate? The most painful thing that a devotee should not tolerate, at least for a moment, what is it? Ramananda said, not to have association of devotees is tolerable. Not to have association of devotees. And Prabhupada said, the essence of association is to hear about Krishna. That's the essence. To hear about Krishna, to speak about Krishna. That's the essence of association. So here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling Raghunath Goswami, don't hear, don't speak about nonsense. If we don't want to hear and speak about them, what does that mean? We should not associate with them. We can associate only because we want to give them Krishna consciousness. We shouldn't take anything from them. Because in every association, there are two things. In every association, only two things are there. We are giving, we are taking. So as a devotee, our association with non-devotees is to give, not to take. Taking means they are superior to us, so we are taking from them. Giving means that we are superior. This is not false ego. This is how we should function. This is not false ego. A devotee should function like this. That we should give them Krishna consciousness and not to take their sinful life. Sometimes devotees appreciate karmis, which is very dangerous. Appreciating karma means we are regretting being a devotee. We are regretting, oh, if I'm not a devotee, then I should live a sinful life like this. That's a very dangerous mentality. We are appreciating their sinful life means that is what we are cultivating. We are cultivating that consciousness. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, don't speak like ordinary people who will never speak about Krishna. Don't hear. So devotees who are having parents who are not devotees, you sit with them. What will they be talking? They're watching television, which is demonic. It is a bad influence of materialistic life, a bad interest of sinful life. Then we are going to sit with them. What will they do? They're watching television, they're drinking coffee, they're drinking tea till late night. They have no sadhana. And you have sadhana, you will suffer. They will not suffer because they are doing what they want to do, what they have to do. And you are not doing what you're supposed to do. It is a devotee who will suffer to associate with people who are not devotees. So when devotee asks me, what to do because they are forcing me. I say, you sit there. You sit there. If they call you, your superior is sitting there. But the moment you sit down there, you pretend to sleep. You pretend to sleep. It's work. Yeah, sorry. The next minute, they will get tired of you. And they tell you to go. So go and sleep so that you wake up early to do japa tomorrow. Krishna has given us intelligence. We have to use intelligence to achieve our goal. Therefore, Prabhupada said we should mold our life in such a way that we remain Krishna conscious 24 hours. We should mold our lives. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving the technology how to mold the lives. Don't hear nonsensical talk from non-devotees, and you should not speak also like them. This is instruction from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Raghunath Das Goswami. And then he said, you should not eat very palatable food. This instruction is given in Jagannath Puri, not in Vrindavan, not in Dwaraka, not in Mathura, not in Haridwar, no Rishikesh, Rameshwara. This instruction is given in Jagannath Puri. Why Jagannath Puri? Because this is Anasetra. This is where food is never ended. This is place for eating. And it is here, this place for eating. And it is here in this eating place, the time we tell the Raghunath Das Goswami, don't eat palatable food. It doesn't mean we should eat like Raghunath Das Goswami. We should not eat like that. We should eat moderate food. Food which are too spicy and too oily and fried food. They are junk food. They are junk food. And they shouldn't be taken by devotees. We'll be agitated. That is natural. It will work like that. You should not eat very palatable food. So what about a festival? Janmashtami, God Purnima, Ramnomi, Nityananda Trayodasi. What about those days? The devotee told me, Maharaj, today is feast. Oh no, Prasad. Oh, that day I've been looking at you and not eating. Today is feast. Maharaj, please eat something. Eat. I said, okay, thank you. Today is feast for you, but for me, it is feast every day. Every day it is feast. So I already decided what I will eat, and I will not go beyond it. It can make your feast. What is feast? What is not feast? The same. It's the same. Don't eat very palatable food like all these people. Who are the people? The devotees. He's talking about the devotees. See, all these devotees here, don't eat like them. If you eat like them, you'll be like them. If you want to be different, eat differently. It will act differently. Don't dress like them. Nor should you dress very nicely. We shouldn't wear a torn cloth. Don't wear a torn cloth. That is not the sign of renunciation. We should not wear a dirty cloth. That is not a sign of renunciation. You should wear a simple, neat dress. It should be simple, neat, free, so we can have air to keep the body nicely to digest whatever we eat, so we can have good health. So this instruction is given here to Raghunath Das Goswami. Why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't give it to everybody? Why he didn't give it to everybody? He's giving only to Raghunath Das Goswami. Because he is ready for Krishna consciousness. He's ready for advancement. The duty of a spiritual master is to see the different levels of the disciples, and he will encourage them and guide them accordingly. That is what Chaitanya is doing. He didn't give that to everybody. There are thousands of disciples there. But this instruction is given to Raghunath Das Goswami because that is his platform, that's his position. He is ready, of course, materially speaking. Materially speaking, he is ready to go back home. The instruction for those who are going back home this lifetime is different from the instruction which are given to everybody. According to our level. So also we'll see that Srila Prabhupada did not give hard instructions, but he left it open. Prabhupada left it open. So we can find our level. That is the sign of our advancement. A devotee gradually look into Krishna consciousness very deeply and will find our interest. The interests are different. We are doing the same thing. This Chaitanya Charitamrita is the same book for all Hare Krishna devotees, or whoever is interested in Krishna consciousness, it's the same book, but we are going to understand it differently. If you give this verse for somebody else, he's going to speak it differently. He will tell you, this instruction is only for Raghunath Das Goswami, not for everyone. Is it written here? Chaitanya didn't write it here. It's not a mistake. He gave it to a person who is ready for Krishna consciousness, ready for training, one who is ready to go back to Godhead. Is given here. You should not dress very nicely. Dress simple. Eat frugally. Frugal eating is required for those who want to make advancement in Christian consciousness. And then he continued that after giving this instruction, now he is continue to give the attitude we should maintain. The attitude we should maintain in our practices of Krishna consciousness. What is the attitude we should maintain? He said, amānī, mānada, hañā, kṛṣṇa-nāma sada lade, braje rādhā-kṛṣṇa-sevā, manase karibe. Do not expect honor. Do not expect honor, but we should offer all respect to others. This is the attitude for a devotee who wants to be successful. We can know many things and we can do many things which is going on. Without a proper attitude, we will never get the required result. Attitude. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't just end there with the few things he has mentioned. Now he is giving us the right attitude. The same way we find in Bhagavad Gita, after Krishna gave instructions to Arjuna, he also gave him the attitude with which to do the service. That is a perfect teacher. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a perfect teacher. Now he's giving us the attitude. What should be the mood we should maintain to keep to this? Otherwise, yes, I can control my eating. I can control the way I dress. I can also control the way I hear and speak about certain things, but I will be very, very proud. Prabhu, see, you're eating 10 plates. It's nonsense, bogey, but I'm eating 1 plate. Can't you see me? That will contract, the wonderful thing we are doing become destroyed. Be destroyed. And people will not respect you. If you have a very high position, you have a material fame, you have everything, you have no good attitude, nobody will respect you. Nobody will appreciate you. You can have a high philosophy, you have no attitude, nobody will appreciate it, nobody will like to take it from you. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is leaving us with very high attitude, very high attitude. Do not expect honor. This is wonderful. But we should offer respect to others. We see how this aspect is so difficult. So difficult. Very difficult to see devotees offering obeisances to each other. Are we going to start with the karmis or we're going to start with devotees? If you don't learn how to offer respectful obeisances to each other, if you don't practicing respecting each other, how are we going to respect people we are going to speak with? We are going to go and speak to people with pride. You fools and rascals. Come, let me give you Krishna consciousness. Then people will not take it because it will not enter their head. They will look at their pride. They will look at our false ego and they will ignore. But when they look at the simplicity, when they look at our simplicity, when they look at our genuine attitude, they look at our behavior, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he glorified Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. These people are the most exalted people in the world. But just look at their attitude. They're so humble. This is the nature of a devotee. So exalted, but they're very simple to approach. As simple. The Goswamis are very simple, that people can approach them anytime. And they're not tired of giving Krishna to anyone, whoever comes to them. They're ready to give them Krishna consciousness. We should learn how to offer respect. How will we offer respect? Only if we see that this person is a spirit soul, a part of Krishna. So we have been recommending, if we want to practice this, then we should study Bhagavad Gita 435 very carefully. 435. 434 is Sambandha and Abhidheya. 35 is Prayojan. The perfection of our relationship and the activities which we do in that relationship, Sambandha and Abhidheya, is Prayojana, the perfection. That is the culmination. We cannot be successful in our Christian consciousness. We cannot offer obeisances to somebody if we don't see the person as a spiritual and part and parcel of Krishna. If you see this thing philosophically, it will not make sense. We will do it theoretically. But if we study this 35 carefully, study the verse 35 carefully, Jadgatwa na punaramboham. See, that's just a qualification. Just a qualification. When one has received the knowledge from the acharya, when the knowledge have been received, evam jasya si pandava jena utani asisani drakshya si atmani Atomayi. Having obtained real knowledge from a self-realized soul, you will never again fall into such illusion. Never. Krishna said, never. That's imperishable knowledge of Krishna consciousness. Imperishable. For by this knowledge, you will see that all living beings are but part of the Supreme. Or in other words, that all living beings are Krishna's children, Krishna's beloved children. So if we see this, if you can see this, that is for a person who have actually approached the spiritual master with submission and make also a submissive inquiry and render a sincere service. When that service is rendered sincerely, proper said, as a menial servant without false prestige, then the sadhu, the tathāpi will give the blessing for us to realize this verse. This comes from the blessing from the tathāpi we have met. He gives the blessing. When the blessing comes, Prabhupada said, it will come naturally because they have a very soft heart. And by our sincere effort, will melt that heart, which already melted, and will give automatic blessing. When that blessing takes place, this verse will be realized. Then we will be able to offer respect to other living entities. Achita Mahaprabhu is saying, without expecting any honor from them. He continued. Always chant the holy name of Lord Kṛṣṇa. Always chanting the holy name of Lord Kṛṣṇa. Always. Huh? And within their mind, render service to Rādhā and Kṛṣṇa in Vrindavan. In other words, a person who is not talking grāmya-kathā, not hearing grāmya-kathā, not eating luxurious food and dressing flamboyantly, but not expecting honor, but the offering respect to others, that person will chant the holy name. Otherwise, he will chant the alphabet. We chant only the alphabet. I have seen devotees who are chanting 128 rounds on Kartik. And the other day 64. The Kartik 128. But when we look at their behavior, it does not represent the rounds they're chanting. When we look at the behavior, we look at the amount of envy they have, the amount of anger they have. It does not meet with what we practice. I mean, something is wrong. What is wrong is not with the holy name. What is wrong is with the person who is chanting. We don't have the right attitude. We should have the right attitude. Then he said, within your mind, the time what we're telling Raghunath, within the mind, in the mind, which is Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is not external. That's why we have sahajas in our system. If Krishna consciousness is external, we don't have sahajas. Everything will be the same. But because it is internal, we have sahajas. Those who knows what is the reality, but they don't have access to it. Therefore, they fake it, sahaja. Sahaja. They don't have it. In the mind, one should worship, want to serve Sri Rādhā and Kṛṣṇa in the mind. That means externally, we should do all the sadhana very nicely. Internally, we should not do those things in the mind, not just external. We should do them inside. This is how we would, let's say, transcend, how we transcend Vaidhi to Raga Bhakti. When the Vaidhi Bhakti is externally done and also internally done, that is how we will migrate from Vaidhi to Raga Bhakti. And Chaitanya is teaching that. In Vrindavan, we should always live in Vrindavan. Wherever we are, that is Vrindavan. If our mind is fully occupied in Krishna consciousness, and we are careful avoiding all the unnecessary things, we reach there. So the Bhakti Dhira gave purport and purport put it here. So the Bhakti Dhira says in his Amrit Prabha Bhashya that when a man and woman are married, they beget children and are those entangled in family life. When a man and woman are married, they beget children and are those entangled in family life. Bhakti Dhira was entangled. Srila Bhakti Dhira was he entangled? He had many children. We have one. And maximum 2. Bhakti Dhira, how many? 14. Was entangled. So, but he said here, they beget children and are those entangled in family life. That is when we are not devotee of a higher caliber. When we are not a devotee of a higher caliber, then it is entanglement. For those rare fortunate souls who see household ashram as devotional service and are doing it as it is explained in the scripture, they are also Brahmacharis. For them, it is not entanglement because it's a devotional service. So everything depends on how we understand it and what is our intention in what we're doing. What is our intention? What are we expecting in everything that we are doing? That makes it either it is entanglement or it is for liberation. Talk concerning such family life is called grāmya-kathā. A person in the renounced order never indulges in either hearing or talking about such subjects. Therefore, we should select our associate. We should select our associate. We should select our association. He should not eat palatable dishes, since that is unfit for a person in the renounced order. In the Hare Krishna movement, we do the opposite. The sannyasis are offered the best food. That is opposite. That is opposite. And it's a pride for common people to see that, oh, Maharaj ate like anything in my house. That's a pride. That's foolish pride. Foolish pride. It is good for you, but you're not good for the sannyasi. So, we have to be rigid in our practice. To be rigid. Rigid practice. Rigid practice means we should discriminate. We should know what we should do and what we shouldn't do. And we should not allow ourselves to be forced to do unnecessary things just to please somebody. That is selfishness. He should not eat palatable dishes, since that is unfit for a person in the renounced order. He should show all respect to others, but should not expect respect for himself. In this way, one should chant the holy name of the Lord and think of how to serve Rādhā and Kṛṣṇa in Vrindavan. That is the perfection of Krishna consciousness. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Rāghunatha Goswami ki jai, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Hare Krishna. Maybe there's some comments or questions. We are leaving a few minutes for that. Yes, Prabhu, Prahlad, Prabhu, Hari Prabhu. I'm not hearing you.
आवाज थोड़ा बढ़ा लीजिए आप प्रहलाद हरि प्रभु.
Is it audible?
Very good, very good.
Yes, ma'am. So I was just mentioning that during the class, Maharaj, you mentioned that when Mahaprabhu mentioned about the attitude, so at that time he also mentioned that within the mind we should worship Radha and Krishna, and so you explained something about transforming from Vedi to Raga Nuga. So may you a little bit elaborate upon that? I could not catch.
Yes. By the bhakti, we are doing regulative services. So every day we are chanting, every day we hear, every day we do a lot of activities. So it's a regulated activity because that is the beginning. If we continue to do these regulated activities every day, which is good, we still remain on the Vaidhi platform. If we want to move forward, therefore, we should not just do it physically. Now we should be doing this thing in the mind also. Means that if our japa should not just be side alone. Now, we should train ourselves to be able to know what is the importance of chanting. Why are we chanting, and how do we do the real chanting? By understanding the personality of the holy name and the goal of the holy name. And now we're not just chanting to complete the Siran. Now we are chanting to find shelter of the holy name. It's a shelter we're looking for now. That kind of chanting, we are not rushing to complete the Siran. We are giving full attention because we know this is my connection to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to the holy name. And this is going to give me the pure love of God that I'm looking for. Not just chanting to complete the Siran. Not just chanting to let people know that, okay, I'm chanting. Like I give an example, someone is chanting 128 round, but the behavior is completely opposite. It means what? It means that the person you're only doing the external, you're not doing the internal chanting. The mind should be chanting. The mind should be hearing. The mind should be doing all the services we are doing. Let the mind do them. That is how we will transcend, transmigrate from Vaidhi to Raga Bhakti, then to Prem Bhakti.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Any comments?
Maharaj, I had a question.
Okay, Prabhu.
Thank you for the very beautiful elaboration, Maharaj, on the Payar of Chaitanya Charitamrita. You mentioned that we should not eat luxuriously, but we should eat moderately. So,
Yes.
Maharaj, can you please tell some guidelines on how to know what is moderate and what is luxurious? And because sometimes we imitate and then health also suffers, and sometimes we relax and we go on other side. So some guidelines which you can elaborate on what should be the frequency of sweet for a decently practicing brahmachari, something on those lines if you can tell.
Yes, I mentioned fried food you should avoid. I say it's junk food, actually. It's junk food. And deeply fried with thick oil and spicy things. These are junk food. They should be avoided. I can eat it simple. Simple means chapati is there, and dal is there, rice is there. These are simple. If you take like this, you'll not be fat, and will have good health. And it shouldn't be taking heavy at night. A devotee should not eat beyond 6 p.m. if we want to be human being. Do not eat beyond 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Nobody should eat after 6 p.m. Even if I go to eat something, maybe I have traveled in the journey for something, that's a different thing. And even if I'm going to eat to be something light, at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the night, you are eating heavy food, you will be sick. You will be sick. And your japa will suffer. Even those who have a good appetite, a good digestive system, that is not healthy for the body. And healthy for the body, it will be healthy for the mind also. And the mind is not healthy, everything is useless. Everything will be useless if the mind is not healthy. So you should avoid all things like this. Take something light in the night, or milk and a fruit. If you are going for a late night preaching, so you can do like that. Otherwise, in the temple, don't eat beyond 6 p.m.
And Maharaj, regarding sweets,
Yes. Mhm. Take moderate. You should not eat excess. You should take moderate. Everything should be controlled. Should be moderate. That we shouldn't take sweet. We should take, but it should not be too much. It's not sense gratification if you take sweet. It's not the sense gratification. It is sense gratification if you are taking excess. That is sense gratification. You're not taking to keep the body. We are taking now, it become gratification. when when we are loading it because it's available. No, we shouldn't eat because it's available. We should eat because it's a mentality issue. So eat because it's necessary for the body, not because it's available. Does it make sense?
yes, Maharaj, thank you very much, Maharaj.
All right. Anyone else?
Hare Krishna Maharaj Ji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Maharaj Ji, Maharaj, ISKCON is a big society. Here, so many festivals, and every day, anyone's birthday, anyone's marriage anniversary. So many feasting in this in our temple. But how should we avoid all these things, and how can we control our senses? So many feasting is there.
Yes, there's a difference between starvation and austerity. Starvation means you don't have, there's nothing. This is starvation. So I'm forced to, even if the desire is there, but nothing is there. So that is starvation. It's not austerity, starvation. There's nothing to eat. Austerity means what? One knows what he's looking for. So I am restricting my senses to what is necessary to keep the body and close my eyes to others because it's not necessary for my progress in Christian consciousness. That is where determination comes in. We use the word determination, but determination covers many things. Determination in how we eat. How we want to eat, what do we want to eat. Hmm? I told this before. I visited one temple and the devotee brought a rice book. He brought the rat book and came on the table. So we were discussing. So he left the prasadam on the table as we were discussing. So after some time, and then he said, your prasadam is here. I said, oh, I'm sorry. My time for eating has passed, so I won't be able to eat again. This is not a time for me to eat. I already finished my eating for today. So the devotee, when he brought in the prasadam, it was covered. So he cooked and so he knows what he has prepared. So while we are discussing, say he looked at my face and started gradually opening the cover of the prasadam. He was opening it, opening. So I was watching him. Then I laughed. So he all laughed also. So I told him, Prabhu, see, he didn't ask me to fast. I'm doing this deliberate because I know it is good for me. So your prasadam will not entice me to eat. Covered it back. So he laughed also because I got the the exercise he's demonstrating. He want me to see this wonderful preparation here. So you mean that you're not attracted? I said, Prabhu, I'm not attracted to this. You can keep your prasadam. You take your. I said, if you don't have determination in Christian consciousness, you will not succeed. Determination covers all the areas of our practice, not only in chanting. Determination in everything, in eating, in studying, in everything. So if you don't have the determination, we will not, you will not be able to withstand the temptation that comes from controlling the senses. Our movement is to control the senses. So, and that becomes austerity, not starvation. And austerity is necessary. Chitam how we're teaching Raghunath Goswami. So we have a lot of feasts, festivals, and preparations. We should be determined that we shouldn't eat beyond that because today is holiday. We should not eat beyond because today, is a heavy feast. Our taste will come not on ordinary day, it will come on the festival days. That is where taste will come. For me, fasting in the Ekadasi is not a problem, but how I eat after Ekadasi, that is the proof of true fasting. After fasting, what do we do the next day? How do we eat the next day? We want to eat the one you didn't eat yesterday together with today's one. Then you no more fasting. That is sanctification. We simply tolerated yesterday. So today, I'm free. That is not fasting. That is not fasting. Fasting means take what you can take every day. Don't take yesterday quarter with today's quarter. This is not fasting. Therefore, it is it is a fish today. Yes, yes, yes. Maintain your standard. Take only what is good for the body and move forward. That is how we'll make advancement. Yes. Does it make sense?
Yes, yes, Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. All right, you can close now. Thank you all very much.
Maharaj, I think few devotees are waiting to ask more questions. Do you have
Okay. Okay.
devotees? If someone
All right.
has, please can ask. प्रवेद प्रभु हाँ वहाँ पे है कोई
हाँ Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
So Maharaj, you quoted one point that sometimes devotees appreciate the karmis or non-devotees, or basically they're
Yes.
So Maharaj, my question is, in this changing times where the world is moving at a very greater pace, and there are new technologies and there are new tactics which are coming to improve the preaching, which are almost inspiring the outside world, then actually it becomes very indispensable from not appreciating them. So it's actually the need that we have to observe them and then we have to take up their practices to broadcast the message of Krishna. So is it okay or not okay? Or it is not in this principle?
We can take advantage of whatever is available. That we can do. Technology is available. Like now we are speaking, we're using this. From distance, we are together now, sharing Christian consciousness. This is not condemned. This is good. What is wrong is if we start to think that this, oh, I wish I'm like this a scientist who have made this, or maybe I made mistake becoming a devotee. I should have been in the field, do something. Then that is wrong. That is the point we are going. That is wrong. But using what they have made, it's not wrong. We can use it to expand our Christian consciousness. As we're using now, we are using a lot of electronics. So use that. That's still not bad.
Maharaj, one question from my side on this. That as our temple is in construction phase and there are lots of services, a lot of interaction and communication is required. So many devotees in very young phases of life, brahmacharis, are using smartphone, and that poses a very big risk also. So can you give some guidelines on how to stay safe?
Yes, all brahmacharis, all practicing devotees should not use cell phone by 9 p.m. By 9, should never use cell phone again. Except those who are in a guest reception, expecting devotee to come. Only them. All others, 9 o'clock, our phone should be shut down. Otherwise, we're going to hang on and go to unnecessary places. And we will also do like, let's say we're competing with karimis, we're preceding karimis, who are sitting with television and watching mundane movies and all kinds of things till late in the night before going to bed. Devotees also are doing the same thing, which is wrong and very dangerous. Many devotees have difficulty waking early in the morning. Why? Because they are using cell phone and not sleeping early. Which is not Krishna consciousness. It is infiltrating Maya into our consciousness. This is dangerous. So we should have a principle. 9 o'clock is close on the phone. So we can do devotional things and sleep. So have a healthy, good hour for sleeping and waking early to do our job before we do other things. Otherwise, if we don't do our sadhana nicely in the morning, the whole day is going to go into management, this and this and this and this, and then we forget giving priority to sadhana. If we don't have good sadhana, we're not going to do any good service. Others is cooking, it will not be good. Preaching will not be good. Book distribution will not be good. Nothing will be good if our sadhana is not good. We have a good sadhana if we can rest on time without polluting our consciousness with mundane things. The devotees should not do these things. Very, very dangerous. That is how I feel should be protected. All right?
Thank you very much, Maharaj. And anyone else has any question?
We should take this very seriously because I know many devotees are using cell phone unnecessarily. They're going to mundane places. We want to be Brahmacharis, we want to be good devotees. But when we use our cell phone for necessary things, which we try to avoid physically, but we're doing them subtly, that is cheating. That is pretension. And it is dangerous. Our consciousness will be polluted. So when we physically try to avoid it, but mentally we're doing all these things, it is pretension, it is cheating, and it will not make us a good devotee. So computer, cell phone, 9 o'clock, close it. You can sleep early, can wake up early, and do good sadhana before we start the day. We have construction where we have so many things in the temple. Our management will become management in the mode of passion. Management in the mode of passion is where devotees are pushed to work, no proper attention to sadhana. That's management in the mode of passion. The devotees are pushed to do collections and do all these things, but they're not advised to do their sadhana very nicely in the morning. Or during sadhana time, devotees is sent to go and do unnecessary things which could be done in the afternoon. All these things should be carefully avoided. Make sense?
Yes, Maharaj, thank you very much. One more question, Maharaj, I had is in management, when we are interacting with each other, many times when there are gray areas and services involved, like suppose some responsibility was my part also, some was his part also, and suppose someone does not do something. So each one feels that I was right and the other person was wrong, and many such situations develop. So how do we resolve such issues peacefully amongst Vaishnavas?
Among Vaishnavas, we should avoid argument. Among Vaishnavas, we should avoid argument, we should avoid being right. The moment we maintain the mentality of right and wrong, we will create a very difficult situation for everybody, including ourselves. So, what we're supposed to do, I should do it. What you're supposed to do, you should do it. Not doing it and arguing or justifying or giving reason to justify we didn't do what we're supposed to do, it is wrong. I was telling some devotees here in Africa, I don't want to work with any devotee who are not doing what they're supposed to do, or they have only reasons to give for not doing what they're supposed to do. That is dangerous. So we should avoid argument and claiming right. We should not claim right. There's the process for resolving all conflict and making conflict a wonderful tool for creating love between devotees is when each of us accepting that what is wrong, I contributed to it. If something is wrong and I think, no, I'm right, you are the wrong person. You also think that, no, I'm right, you are the wrong person. Both of us are wrong. Whatever has happened, even if you are right, but if you have made somebody else to feel bad, means you're no more right. Now it is our responsibility to contribute to resolve it. So I should say sorry, you should say sorry. Then it will be resolved nicely and it will make advancement. But if I continue with, no, you're so foolish and it's so ignorant, you don't know what you're supposed to do. I know better. That is wrong. The wrong mentality. And you do not help any person. So devotees do not debate for this reason. We debate to properly, we debate to be able to present Christian consciousness and show people that yes, Christian consciousness is the best. But we don't debate to show our ability in having knowledge. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Maharaj. And
Hare
we'll all
Krishna.
like to express our gratitude to Maharaj for sparing his time and giving such an ideal example. Maharaj was speaking on austerity so liberally for us, but I know very little bit about Maharaj, but that is so inspiring and so heavy. Maharaj fast Nirjal on Ekadashi, and on Dwadashi Maharaj takes I think some juices etc. When I used to visit Kanpur. I used to hear glories of Maharaj regarding austerities, but for us he is so liberal, and he was personal example of Maharaj is so inspiring for all the qualities Maharaj mentioned. Thank you very much, Maharaj, for being a very uh, big source of inspiration for all of us in serving Srila Prabhupada. And thank you for your time. Whenever we ask you for your association, you are always available. One time, Maharaj was coming uh, after a program, and Maharaj was traveling only. Maharaj joined before time, and Maharaj took the class. So it's just so inspiring. Maharaj came before all of us today, all in the class. Thank you, Maharaj, for such a wonderful example
Hare
of
Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sri
His
Chaitanya
Holiness
Chaitanya
Bhakti
ki
Dhira
jai,
Damodara Maharaj ki Jai.
Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Hare Krishna.